Hello everyone, Garrett Elysium's back again with another ranking video. Now before we get to this video, please hit that subscribe button to help support my channel. Today we're going to be ranking the studio discography of Crosby, Stills, Nash, and sometimes Young. Neil Young is not featured in all these albums, but altogether there are 8 studio albums, 3 of them featuring Neil Young himself. Crosby, Stills, and Nash were formed in 1968 after David Crosby was fired from the Byrds. Buffalo Springfield broke up, which is the band that Stephen Stills was involved with, along with Neil Young, and also Graham Nash, who had left the Hollies in late '68. So the band basically was just, well, not the band, but the 3 members were basically just hanging out in the July of 1968, and they were jamming together, and they realized how great their voices harmonized together. So from there, they decided to form a band, and they signed to Atlantic Records in early 1969. And one of their first live performances ever was at the original Woodstock in 1969, so pretty impressive. Neil Young did come out in Woodstock to play a few songs with Crosby, Stills, and Nash. And obviously, as we know, Crosby, Stills, and Nash would also form a band with called Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Basically, Crosby, Stills, and Nash are probably one of my favorite harmonies, right along with the Beatles and the Beach Boys. I think their voices harmonize great together, and they are a very great band, probably one of the most famous supergroups and most well-known. So we're going to get right into it. We have 8 studio albums to cover. I did not include Allies, It's basically a live album only in featuring 2 studio tracks, so I did not include that. All right, let's get right into it. Number 8 is 1990's Live It Up. I mean, just from the album cover there, you could tell it's really not a good album. There are a couple good songs. I feel like the best, strongest songs on this album are the songs that end it, which are House of Broken Dreams, Arrows, and After the Dolphin. This time, I feel like the members weren't really doing anything individually, so they put this out. And I mean, I guess if you're a really diehard fan, this is okay, but it's really not that memorable of an album. But I will throw it on from time to time to listen to. Coming number 7 from 1994, this is After the Storm. Crosby, Stills, and Nash performed at Woodstock 1994, which was the 25th anniversary of the original Woodstock. This album, not terrible, not really that memorable songs though, a little better than Live It Up. The band tried to make a resurgence, especially with the Woodstock performance, but again, this was the 90s, and these guys were basically considered dinosaurs at the time. Obviously, grunge and alternative was all the hype, and they really didn't get any promotion from the record label behind this one, so it really didn't do well. A couple great tracks on here. The title track is probably the best, in my opinion. Only Waiting for You, which opens it up. Till It Shines is okay. The rest of this isn't that memorable. Alright, coming number 7. This was the last studio album, and the latest studio album, even though it was released in 1999. This is Looking Forward. Crosby, Stills, Nash, also with Neil Young. Obviously, Neil Young's an amazing artist. Great writer, great guitarist. At this time, the band did have a little resurgence because they went on tour, and they had a successful tour. This album was a decent seller. This time, they're signed to Reprise Records, which was Neil Young's record label. This followed up After the Storm. Reprise did a little bit more promotion for them. Some awesome songs on here. Faith in Me, which opens it up. Stand to Be Counted's great. Heartland. No Tears Left is also good. Okay, coming number 6, another one featuring Neil Young. This is 1998's American Dream. A really good album. I feel like this was kind of like the resurgence of the classic rock groups and the jammy rock groups of the late 80s. Neil Young did not have a great decade in the 80s, but towards the end he kind of made his comeback, especially with the Freedom album. He really jams on this record, some great riffs. Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, along with Grateful Dead, Traveling Wilburys, all these classic rock artists had a great resurgence at the end of the 80s. I guess everyone kind of got sick of the copycat hair metal bands and the cookie cutter pop bands and the synth wave and all that, and they wanted some rock back, and this album, decent. Title track is great on here. Clear Blue Skies, Soldiers of Peace, This Old House, Night Song That Ends It is another great song. All right, coming in at number 4, believe it or not, this was their 3rd studio album released in 1977. Second studio album featuring only Crosby, Stills, and Nash. This is the self-titled album. Features the hit song, Just a Song Before I Go. Great song. Very mellow though. Features Graham Nash's amazing vocals. I mean, of all the members of this band, Graham Nash's voice is my favorite. Dark Star also on here, great song. Shadow Captain that opens it. Cathedral's a great track. Cold Rain, In My Dreams. And I did say this is self-titled, but it's basically called CSN. So not technically self-titled as they go by Crosby, Stills, Nash. CSN is just the abbreviation. So this one is titled CSN. Coming number 3, this is Daylight Again. Great album from 1982. Features one of my favorite songs of all time, Southern Cross. I just love that track. Such a great chorus, great harmonies on it. Waste on a Way, another great track. The opener, Turn Your Back on Love, Since I Met You, You Are Alive, Too Much Love to Hide, and the title track, which ends it. Really cool album. It's got the classic Crosby, Stills, and Nash method on there, a little blended with the 80s sound. So much more, a little more electronic. I don't want to say much more, a little more electronic than the acoustics that they would be known for. Coming at number 2. Now these first two, top 2, were very hard to choose. Both 2 of my favorite albums of all time. One edges the second one, not by much. Number 2, the self-titled debut, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, released in 1969. I mean, it opens up with the signature track, Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, over 7 minutes, just an amazing song. One of those longer songs that you just don't get bored of. It's great. I know it gets played on the radio a lot. Don't care. I can hear it anytime. Marrakesh Express, definitely a song reminiscent of the 60s. Guinevere, very kind of psychedelic song. You Don't Have to Cry, awesome jam. Pre-Road Down's a good song. Wooden Ships, another one of my favorite Crosby, Stills, and Nash song. Later covered by Jefferson Airplane on their Volunteers album. Lady of the Island, Helplessly Hoping. Again, these guys' harmonies, almost like a acapella track, almost, but it's not. Long Time Gone, great rocker. Long Time Gone, every time I hear that I think of the beginning of the Woodstock movie, the original Woodstock movie, and 49 Bye-Byes, which ends it. Such a great ending. And then literally a year later, they released this masterpiece, coming at number 1. This is Deja Vu. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, this time featuring Neil Young, Dallas Taylor, and Greg Reeves. Amazing classic album. I'm sure everyone's known this cover. It's loaded with hits on here. Carry On, Teach Your Children. It's got the rebellious songs by David Crosby, Almost Cut My Hair. Neil Young's masterpiece, Helpless. Cover of Joni Mitchell's Woodstock, which these guys do that song justice. They basically just, I mean, it's like a totally different song. Such a great song. Again, those harmonies coming in on the chorus. The guitar riff on there is amazing. The title track, Deja Vu. Our House. Probably my favorite Graham Nash vocal ever. Great. 4+20. Great little acoustic Stephen Stills song, which clocks in a little under 2 minutes. Country Girl, which is a little bit of a medley, broken down to 3 parts. Whiskey Boot Hill, Down, 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 and Country Girl, I Think You're Pretty. And then the ending track, which features all 4 members. Everybody, I Love You. Just great harmonies with all 4 members. Really great album. Yeah, like I said, it was so hard to pick between these 2 at number 1. But, I mean, with Neil Young, it's just great. I mean, it took their writing to a whole different level. All right, recap real quick, since we only have 8. Come at number 1, Deja Vu. Number 2, the debut from 1969. Number 3, Daylight Again. Number 4, CSN from 1977. Number 5, American Dream. Number 6, Looking Forward. Number 7, After the Storm, and number 8 with that terrible cover, Live It Up. I mean, like, why would you put hot dogs on your album cover? But, oh well, it happened. Alright everyone, thanks for watching this ranking video. I'll probably have a, let's see, I guess we'll do another new CD purchases video this week. That's going to be coming up. Nothing yet today, but I'm planning on hitting up a local CD store tomorrow since I'm off, so probably make a video of what I grab there. Alright everybody, thanks for watching, and again, thanks for hitting that subscribe button. In your comments, rank your favorite Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young albums. Thanks for watching.